welcome to another exciting edition of Cammy's Comic Corner, Book of the Month for May 2011. I'm your host as always, Cammy. Now, in the past Book of the Month selections, I might give you something wild or insane or something involving superheroes. Well, sometimes we kind of lose touch with reality as us being comic fans, and sometimes it's refreshing to have something that feels real and sometimes hits close to home. And this selection for the month of May 2011, I feel that that time's come to, get in touch with our roots and maybe go the autobiographical route, as it were. So, the selection for May, from Com.x, we have Seeds by Ross Mackintosh. Now, this is Ross Mackintosh's first graphic novel, and you can tell from the get-go that he put so much heart into this novel. What it's about is it's his own account of his father slowly dying from cancer. He contracts first prostate cancer, and then when they think, okay, well, as if that's not bad enough, they discover on a second visit that he has a secondary cancer and it's in the lungs. So it's not really looking good for his dad. But instead of, watching him wither away and die, Ross gives us an account of, what his father was, and recalls all these great times that he had with his father. There's this one game that they would play called Spinos, where they would sit on opposite sides of the room, they would take a ball, they would try to get each other, and bounce the ball and knock each other in the head when the other person wasn't suspecting it, and it would always make him laugh. And so we recount so many great memories that Ross has of being with his dad, and we do see him go from hospital, slowly start to get weaker and weaker, and then eventually get transported to a hospice. And while the nurses say usually people deteriorate over many months when it comes to certain types of cancer, his dad isn't so lucky, as it were. Unfortunately, he is deteriorating daily. And, his dad was always the one that he remembers being strong. He never remembered his dad crying once. And so it just really, very human moments where he sees him cry for the first time, or he finds himself putting his arm around his dad for the first time, or he just doesn't recall it. And he says he's fortunate enough that he's living this when he was an adult and not a child, because as you can imagine, I'm sure it's very painful for a child to grow up so quickly in the face of death. But at the end, unfortunately, he passed away. It was in the summer, or it was in July of 2009. And it leaves you with a sense of just go out there and live life to the fullest at the end. I mean, he went on a vacation with his daughters and family after this, and then, he realizes that his dad's gone, and as much as he wants to cry, the crying is like vomiting, he says, where you try to resist it, but it feels so natural just letting everything, come up. And so it's his way of coping with it, and it was just a very beautiful graphic novel, and I think we need to appreciate these kind of stories a lot more. I mean, with a subject such as cancer, chances are someone who has cancer, or someone close to you, a family, a friend, or you yourself might even have a cancer of some sort. But, with eating what we eat nowadays, or reading articles on the news, everything's giving us cancer nowadays. But bottom line, I really enjoyed this selection. I know it's a little offbeat with what I usually discuss, but if you want to read the written review, it's up on the site under the Book of the Month's selection. And if you want more Cammy's Comic Corner goodness, you can check out www.cammyscomicorner.com, and from there you can check out the weekly reviews every Sunday, the Geeky Talkie episodes every Wednesday, and then every Friday, Cammy's favorite covers for that week. And then if you want more Com.x stuff, I've done reviews on books of theirs in the past, check out www.comxcomics.com. So that does it for the Book of the Month selection. I hope to see you here next month. And I'll try to get it towards the beginning of the month a little bit more, because I know I've been kind of slacking, but hey, I'm busy, what you gonna do? This has been Cammy's Comic Corner, Book of the Month selection for May 2011. I have been your host, Cammy. Have fun and go out and say hi to a loved one.